Blessed day, beloved one, blessed day wherever you are. Good day wherever you are. Good evening. It depends on the time you are watching me. Is your humble servant, Molopoe Spiritualist Master, Master Roger. I come back to this topic because I've received a lot of calls. A lot of people have been requesting about me talking back, going back on the same subject, the causes of your spiritual problems. So I'm going to take my time to teach it in more details today. I'm going to request your attentions. You might be facing challenges. You might be going through hardship. There are things that are taking place around you which you do not understand, which you are failing to comprehend. It's about time now we bring the light to that. It's about time now you start identifying what are the causes of your problems in order for you to be able to work toward the solutions. So for those who join us for the first time, you are welcome to like, to subscribe, to comment. Please ask questions. It's an open discussion. Share your view on the comments. You are welcome. You are welcome to criticize us, to bring us suggestions, to share with us also your ideas. It's a family. So on the cause of your spiritual problems today, we're going to talk about 10 topics. If we can't finish them in one part, we're going to go to the second one. So our 10th topic, we're going to start with the first one, which is a psychic reading, which you call free psychic readings. You get it mostly online on the email, on Facebook, on Twitter, in different social media platforms. They are well, and then they are helping a lot of people. There are a lot of people who have found their answers. There are a lot of people who have found guidance. There are a lot of people who have been enlightened or awakened through those readings, which we appreciate. However, is of ultimate importance that I inform you, among spiritualists, all of us are not the same. And in spiritual realms, we've got different groups which I can name as legends. And those legends, we belong to a certain category. The same one, you see people belonging to the same group, clan group, same, whatever, the way you see tribal organized. And in spiritual realms, there's also structure organization like that. So now, where the problem arises here, follow me carefully. You meet a spiritualist, a psychic, a healer, a spiritual doctor, a professor, or a sangoma. You meet them online, and they are offering free readings. You are interested to get to know what is wrong with you. You approach them, you send your details. They come back with the readings. And then you decide that you do not go further with that. You leave them with the details, you don't close the matter. Now I want to give you a bit of light what happened when we conduct a spiritual reading. In order for me to conduct an accurate spiritual reading over your situation, I need your details given by you. So I'm going to need, like in my case, it depends on the gift and calling of others, like your clan name, your full names, recent pictures. If it's on one-on-one, will be on my face. And then I'm going to need your date of birth. Some of these details, you find them different places. According to the gift, people ask for different things. You submit them. You pay nothing. There's nothing in return which the spiritualist or the particular doctor, whatever who's helping you, is gaining from you. Then you need to take into consideration that these people are using their time, their data, and they are also having a human part which they got needs and desires. So now what it has exposed you? It exposed you to the vulnerability of the fact that your details have been provided, which I can translate as a power of attorney. So if you come across somebody who's motivated or animated by greedy, avarice, these people, they're gonna go back and have access to your spiritual profiles because you have given them the spiritual power of access. So you may be asking me, what shall I do? Because I need to know. Correct? If you conduct a spiritual reading, wherever you are, and you have received your reading, you want to get rid or stop the service of a spiritual person who's providing you those service, you better communicate with the person in the same manner that you provided your details to say, close my profile, stop working on my profile. I do not want you to go further. Don't be afraid. You still have the power to give access or not. So it's important that you understand that, because now you are finding yourself in a situation where you can go to other readings, they don't see the problems. You find yourself in a situation where whatever you always desire to achieve, you still need to achieve them, but you are unable to achieve. It's because you've been alienated somewhere. If this spiritual person has taken your luck, if this spiritual person are using your star, if this spiritual person are using your finance, your career, your health, how are you going to be aware of it? And in some cases, you find people who have been changing this type of readings. They go for horoscope, they don't go for tarot, they go for whatever type of medium, sangoma. They come to us, the spiritualist master. They are busy mixing. Now you won't know the cause of your problems. You start seeing witchcraft around you. You start suspecting everyone around you, but you are the cause of the problem. So it's become important, beloved, that you avoid free things. They are very expensive. I'm talking because I know. I'm talking because I'm aware of what is taking place. Do not forget I'm a spiritualist master. I have healers, I have professors, I have doctors, I have sangomas who are working under my leadership. So, one, avoid free spiritual reading. Avoid free psychic readings or horoscope in them. If they give you free, they must be in exchange. Most of the time when I give free, I ask you to subscribe maybe to my channel. Instead of me paying for marketing, I can provide those free services because I'll buy my ingredients. So you do not have a binding contract. When you pay for a service, you do not have a binding contract, and that particular person cannot go behind your back and infiltrate you. But when you do not pay and you are busy receiving free services, you need to be careful. I believe you and me have spoken enough about this point. If you got any question, you are welcome to ask on the comment, and then I'll respond to them. Then we go to the second point, the ignorance of your spirituality. Many people are ignoring their own spirituality. Many people do not even know who they are spiritually. And if you watch my previous show, I sometimes teach that we are spiritual beings. And we are spiritual secret agents who come from our Creator, who is High Spirit, with specific missions and purposes to accomplish on behalf of our Creator. Many people want me to define their missions. I can't. Many people go to psychic and to find their mission. They can't. People, they'll be misleading you. People, they'll be disappointing you. People, they'll be deceiving you. Your mission is a secret between you and the Creator. Yeah, it's easy for you to find it out. We're going to go to our fourth point. I think you're going to find out. It's very easy to find out. But you need to restore the connection with your spirituality. The easy way to restore your connection to spirituality is to meditate. Take time to yourself and with yourself and for yourself. It's very important that as somebody who wants to be enlightened spiritually, you shut everything out of your memory. You spend time with yourself. You try to go deeper within you. Nobody can teach you that. No one can teach you to become spiritual because you are already spiritual. You just need to awaken that, to reactivate it, and then you can enlighten it. You might be having confusion between religion, culture, and spirituality. But we're going to reach that point among our 10 points. Yet we are still at our second point. Ignorance that you are having about who you are is the main weakness in enabling you to go further. It's preventing you to go further because it's your weakness. Instead of you to be able to move forward, that ignorance is being used and profited by others. And what is animating that ignorance is your fear. You are afraid to take steps. You are afraid to even believe the message you are receiving. You are afraid even to believe your own dreams. You are afraid even to believe the facts that are happening in front of you. The fear of the unknown that is common to human. And that is precluding you from achieving and accomplishing your purpose. It's about time now you start awakening and enter into the search of who you are. And you need to be able to define yourself who you are for you to be able to succeed. Some of you are watching me, you've been told by these pretenders knowing it all, that you are so and so, you need to do so and so. You have tried. What happened? Some of you have even gone to Twasa. You went to initiation schools. Where are you today? What is happening after all this? You are still at the same point. Ignorance of your spiritual personality. It's important that you jump these steps, but before you jump it, you need to go deeper. You find out, you come, then you cross it. Are you with me? You are welcome to ask questions. You are welcome to contact me for more details on individual matters. No problem. We go to the third one, which is the disconnection with your ancestor. It always surprises me, people want to be spiritual, but they are not connected with their own ancestors. People want to be spiritual, they are not even aware who were their ancestors, what their ancestors they can do. How can you be spiritual but when you are disconnecting to your own spiritual umbilical cord? Your ancestry is your spiritual umbilical cord. When the Creator sends you in the mission, He sends you through a certain channel. It's like when you are a Secret Service agent, you go in an area, you're going to find your central lord. They contact people who need to guide you. So your ancestors are like that in your life. They've existed in this world before you. They've existed in the spiritual world before you, and they've rejoined it before you. Meaning they are the good guide. Once you are disconnected with your ancestral bloodline, your ancestral spiritual line, you are a lost soul. Regardless of the reason you're going to give me, regardless of your humanity, your human feelings that you have towards them, the truth of the matter is they are a channel. It doesn't matter the kind of life they were living here. Because people are ignorant when they are here. They might be ignorant at the time, but when they rejoin the spiritual realms, they are no longer human. Do not keep the same image, the same idea of your ancestor which you're having all along. Are you with me? So you need to reconnect with your ancestry. Your ancestors, they are the connection you need to enlighten everything. Your ancestors, they are the foundation of your spirituality. They are the foundation of your religion. They are the foundation of your humanity. Remember that you have their DNA. Remember that some of them, they've even taken care of you. They were people amongst you. And to reconnect with your ancestors, you do not need many rituals. You don't even need a spiritualist. When the sun is going down, when the sun is setting down, you can go at the back of your home. You can enter in your bedroom. You can go at the corner of your home. Call upon their names. Introduce yourself. Summon their presence. Conjure their presence. Speak to them as if you're speaking to the living one. They are yours. It's so easy to use other people's ancestors in your rituals and prayers. But your own, you're afraid. No. It doesn't matter the type of relationship you're having with them when they were human. They are not their spiritual being, a spirit that have no emotion. They have no emotion. They are spiritual being. Their vision, they look at things at a spiritual level. So reconnect with your ancestor. Try to rebuild yourself. Try to recompose yourself. Try to rebalance yourself. You can do that. I'm empowering you with the knowledge in order for you to become independent, in order for you to avoid to become a victim of people who are ignorant but they just want your money. I'm giving you this to empower you with the necessary knowledge that you need. Are you with me? We go to point number 4. Negating your dreams and prophetic revelation that were made towards you. You have been seeing dreams. Some of you have even seen meanings of dreams. Those dreams were told, but you didn't take steps. You've been seeing prophets, Elam, Sangomas, pastors. They've been telling you about your messages. You didn't take any action. You might be telling me, Master, I didn't have money, but you are eating every day. You are still using body lotions. You are still putting petrol in your car. You are still paying your rent. The people who receive your messages, they told you what you're supposed to do. Did you do them? No. You forgot that the comfort that we are having is because we are having mission and purpose to achieve and accomplish. And as long as we are within our mission and purposes, we're going to succeed. But when we go beyond that, we're going to fail. Have you managed? If you manage, I'm asking you, if you manage, no. Now you're going to be asking yourself, Master, why I'm failing? No, you are failing because there's a reason. And the reason is very clear. You are not taking responsibility. You've been shown dreams. Dreams are message. What did you do about them? You've been posting on social media asking for the meanings. They give you the meanings of those dreams. What did you do with them? You must always give excuses. The spirit have no soul. So they don't have emotion. Your excuses are useless. Own your mistake. Take responsibility. Start respecting your dreams. Start respecting the messages that are prophecy that are given upon you. Yes, I'm not saying believe everything that is told about you. You still have the intellect and the mind, the brain to wisdom to verify, to check, to balance. You still can do the check and balance. You can still ask other spiritualists. You can still ask other knowledgeable people around you. But at least take steps. Do something. That's why your life is still stuck. That's why you keep on changing churches after churches, mosque after mosque, imam after imam, sheikh after sheikh, pastor after pastor, prophet after sangoma, spiritualist after spiritualist. The problem is you. Yes, it's you who's watching me. It's you who's listening to this teaching today. Are you with me? So I want you to take responsibility. To understand that you need to pay attention because you are an agent in a mission. You are not an holiday. Because some of you thought or still thinking that we are here in this planet on holiday. I do not want to enter into polemics of what others are teaching you about your presence here. But since they are teaching you whatever they are teaching, how's your life have been? You are stuck. You are still in the same circle. You are tired. You have changed the denomination of organization, religions, and them, but you are still on the same position. Just do the right things. You are not a victim here. I'm telling you, you are not a victim. You are just an ignorant who still keeping in his ignorance. You are doing something that does not work for you, and you are not willing to change because you want to remain in the ignorance and remain the same position. Then don't come and say, no, I want this when you don't take step to change. You keep on repeating the same things, doing the same things, but you want a different result. How possible it is? I'm drinking water because I feel like tasting my throat is getting dry. And then when I'm hungry, I keep on drinking water. When I'm sick, I keep on drinking water. You get the answer. In order for you to get a different result, you need to do a different thing. If you are going with the people on one line, and all of you are getting the same result, which is not satisfactory, what you do? Change. If you're taking left, take right. If you're taking right, take left. Why don't you want to change? It's because you believe you know what you don't know. And the reason I'm telling you that you don't know is because you are having problem that you can't solve. You are having problem that your neighbor can solve, your colleagues can solve, your enemies can solve, your friends can solve, your relatives can solve, but you can't solve it. Then stop being stubborn. Embrace the change. Awaken up. You have failed on your mission. This is an opportunity for you to waken up. We go to number 5. Fear of embracing your gifts and callings. As you're watching me now, you've been told that you got a gift. You have dreamt about the gift. You have been guided about the gift. What have you done about it? Which step have you taken? You keep on changing sangomas, you keep on changing spiritualists, you keep on changing people on asking about the same dream, and they are telling you the same thing, but you keep on repeating the same dream as if it's something new because you want to hear something else than what they are telling you, and your life still stuck. You're still in the same position. You can't go further. Because the problem resides with you. The problem is with you. You are the problem. Start solving you as a problem. Surrender to the spiritual will. Embrace your gift. Embrace your calling. Nobody, I never see anybody resisting the spiritual calling and succeeding. I never see anyone. If you know somebody, bring them to me. Once you are truthfully spiritual gifted and you identify so, you have received your message. Take action. Don't ask yourself how a miracle will happen. Don't be after material. It's what is killing many people. You know that you got a spiritual gift, but you start going after material. Material shall follow you. There's no one who will ever tell you I'm calling them to ask them for money. There's no one. I do my work. And the spirit and the spiritual realm will take care of me and my loved one. So why are you after material instead of privileging your gift and your calling? Why is material or science or your education prevailing over your gift and calling? And then the gift is not necessarily you being a sangoma, being a healer, being a pastor. You can still be a life coach. You can still be a doctor. You can still be a lawyer. You can still be a carpenter. You can still be a builder, an architect. But exercising your gift wherever you are. Because wherever you are, there's people. You and a colleague now, we are not watching the show. But you can still exercise your gift wherever you are. But what is blocking you? You are taking your human feelings over your spiritual gift. You put your emotion over fact. You don't look at the situation as it is. You are looking at the situation the way you want it to be. And it's where you are going wrong. In order for you to succeed with your gift and a calling, you need to be able to sacrifice other things. You need to be able to make a discipline in your life and to listen carefully to spiritual callings, to spiritual message and spiritual missions. I believe you are following me carefully. We are going to now number 6 and finish spiritual work. And that is where the work and the problem is. And finish spiritual work. And our finished spiritual work is the type of work that you go to do. You go and see this healer. They start doing things, they conduct, you stop around the road. You go to this one. They ask you for certain money you are owing them, you run away. You go to the crook one. They take your details, they run away. So you got a finished work which, end of the day, you don't realize that they are blocking you. You've got different opening, and leave your details different spiritual house. How will you progress when your details are everywhere? How are you going to address that when your details are being held by different spiritualists? So it becomes very important that you understand that. It becomes very important that you address that. It becomes very important that if you find yourself in certain situation where you've been different places, different people haven't touched your spiritual profile, contact a knowledgeable spiritualist master around you or far from you, in order for those who understand and know what to do to guide you. You may be even changed, you become a pastor, you become a prophet, you become a sangoma, but you realize that your things, they don't work accordingly. You are doing everything that you know, but you are not progressing because you can be blocked somewhere. You can be blocked somewhere, I'm telling you, can be blocked somewhere. And whatever they blocked you, you can't free yourself. You won't free yourself. It's not the type of prison that you can escape. You need somebody who knows what to do, who knows which procedure to follow to get you free from there. So whatever work that we've been doing with other people, which you didn't finish, some will even brought things in your home, some they've been coming, they even come to your house and do things. Now you see your children's life is miserable, your siblings' life are miserable, your spouse's life is miserable. Things have changed in your home. You have brought that into yourself. But it can be fixed and changed. So the unfinished work can be part of the problem. If you identify yourself with this, you can ask questions on comments, subscribe, share. Allow a lot of people to get this type of information, because I receive a lot of messages, people asking me around these things. That's why I come back to the same topic, which I already teach. But this time around, I'm going with much more details. So we go to number 7, parent covenant over your birth. We only know that we were born from our parent. The manner in which we were conceived, we don't know. Some parents, they went to see sangoma, spiritualists, pastors, prophets, whatever. And they've made commitments. They've said words. They've made promises. Some they've played clever. After they fall pregnant, they've left. Some they've said, my child will be a pastor. Some will say, my child will be a sangoma. Some have said, my child will be this and that. And they didn't inform you or educate you enough toward that covenant. So you got a spiritual covenant which you cannot break free from. Nobody come and bring you story that you break free from, because your life is a testimony. Are you happy? Do you know what is called happiness? Can you give me your happiness in a way? No, you can't, because within you, the world outside people, they can see you giving a certain feast. But within you, you are fully conscient, very fully conscient that you are not. That can be the cause. Fix it. Here I'm just pointing you what may be the causes. And I'm telling you the solutions. But solutions need to be appropriate solutions, not imaginary solutions. Solutions need to be provided by the men and women who are spiritual, enlightened, and elevated, who understand how to deal with mental death. In each field, they're specialists. I hope you understand. Point number 8, being a victim of a curse from a rival or someone that you have deceived. Some people, they try to play clever by trying to crook people. Some people, they try to be clever by taking somebody's wife, somebody's husband. Some people, they try to be play clever by taking advantage of others. But not everyone. I'm informing you, not everyone. You can steal from them. A person like me, you can steal from me. You think you steal, but you don't. Those who are working, they understand. So I'm not alone. There are a lot. You think at that particular moment that you steal from them. But in reality, you alienate yourself to spiritual slavery. They will extract everything away from you. You might find yourself in a situation where you can't. You might find yourself in a situation where you don't even understand what is happening. Everything is falling apart. Yes. You take from the wrong people. Wrong woman, wrong man. And you need to go deeper in order to free yourself from that. Your father may be taking your mother from someone. Your mother may be taking your father from someone, and you come. Sorry. The other rival, why they've said, which cause they profess upon you. Maybe you have taken somebody's husband, somebody's wife, girlfriend, fiancé. Did you take time to cleanse yourself? Did you take time to address those type of curses not to affect you? No. You thought you know too much because you speak nice English. Look at where you are. Your life is still in vicious circle because you didn't take appropriate steps. If you identify yourself for one of these steps, you need to take appropriate steps. Yes, there's solution. Yes, there's way out. We got to confusion between religion, culture, and spiritual identity. That is our point 9. Many people confuse their culture, their religion, and spirituality. Your culture goes with your humanity. Your culture goes with your physics, your humanity. That's why we can dress in cultural way. We practice cultural things. It identifies you as a human, because if you don't know your culture, you're a lost person. Your culture goes with your humanity. Your religion goes with your soul, your emotion. That's why you see people are very passionate about their religion. People become extremists because of their religion. People will die for their religion. People will stand for their religion for what they believe. And then we go to your spirituality, which is completely different. Your spirituality has no emotion. Is a person in you who is you in this body, but who was sent by the Creator with a specific mission, and who only been accompanied by these other two. The comfort that you get in your humanity, the culture in which you come, is to enable you, to facilitate you to accomplish your mission. But if you practice your culture, you think you are practicing your spirituality. That is why things are still complicated. Because I tell people, I slaughter, I do this, every year I do this. You are doing your tradition and culture, is fine. It enables you the connection with your ancestor. I'm in agreement with that. But that does not define your spirituality or your spiritual level. We mustn't confuse the two. Even in religion, you need to bring in spirituality. Spirituality is like the petrol you need in the engine for the engine to start. Everything can be built, you need that petrol. It's like the energy we need for the light to on. Everything can be installed. We need the energy in order for us to have the light. That's spirituality. So stop the confusion. Are you required to practice those three? Yes, you are required. In order for you to keep balance. Once you are not a cultural thing, how are you identifying yourself as a spiritual thing, a spiritual being? Because culture gives the identity to your humanity. Religion contributes to your behavior, to your shape, and to your faith and beliefs. But spirituality is who you are. That's the main purpose of your being here. Without the spirit, all these are useless. That's why when you got a dark spirit, when you're not enlightened, everything is dark in front of you. Everything goes down. We feed the human being. We feed the emotional being. But we do not feed our spiritual being. That is the mistake. That is the big failure. And that is the weakness. That's why they can play with you. That's why you can find yourself being bewitched, overcome by even weak people, because you are spiritual weak, spiritual naked. The majority of people are watching are spiritual naked. They don't even know what is spirituality. They don't even know if they are spiritual. Some of you even expect people to make you spiritual without realizing that you got that spirituality in you. That spiritual being is part of you. You cannot exist without it. But you have weakened it. It's powerless. It becomes useless. Until it's reactivated, fed, reanimated, and put back into actions. And then we go to our last point. D'accord, natural and spiritual spouses. Many people are walking around here. They are just ashamed to say it. They've been possessed, controlled by nocturnal spiritual husband. Some are married, some are not married, but they've been possessed by that. And that spirit, once it enters in your life, everything goes down. It's going to start seducing you, having sex with you in dreams, in visions, developing desire. You can define it with science. Your sexual activity is normal. You can use all the definition that Google and the dictionary they can give you. It's fine. End of the day, check where your life is ending. You still ending single, jobless, divorced, sick, unwanted, a lot more. So these signs, I wanted to share with you more details. You are welcome to ask more questions. I'm going to need more comments, more like, please. I'm going to answer to questions that will be on comments. You don't need to identify that it's do it yourself. But those who still need my spiritual services, you're welcome to contact me on my WhatsApp plus 27 81 729 35 3855 plus 27 81 729 3855. You can still email me at ancientspiritualist@gmail.com. Is your humble servant Mulopwe Katapena Kyungu, known as Master Roger. Please don't forget to subscribe, to share, to comment. See you on our next show tomorrow, same time, same hours. Thank you very much. May the grace and the divine grace of the ancestor be upon you. And be blessed. Thank you very much. See you.